Sponsored by Nos Vesties, clothing for the new world. I'm about to destroy a couple of myths about legs and how you can grow legs and you can't grow legs at a certain age. Well, this is a sneak preview right here of what's about to ensue in this workout video. So let's go. Don't generalize. Everybody's an individual and we take people as individuals to maximize every friggin' effort and to maximize every gain. No matter what age, we're still banging and the legs are still growing. You dig? You better believe that. Let's talk about legs. Everybody has this myth that if if you don't have legs by the age of 40, that's it. Forget it. Because by that time, you're not going to be able to develop any legs. I call bullshit.
We need to get to see it. We will grow our own vegetables and take care of our own selves. We never go to the field.
This workout that I'm doing is a leg workout that's very light. I haven't trained legs in a long time. So I'm going to be working on my legs. This is the first workout that I'm doing after probably about a year of not doing legs. And here's the thing, right? You will see that even at the age of almost 60 now, okay? At the age of almost 60 now, let me tell you something. I still have super legs. You see what I'm saying? I still have super legs. Now take a gander, take a look. Is this lying? Am I lying? I wouldn't kid you, my friend. I live the life. I walk the walk and I talk the talk. Okay? You're going to be able to see that. And you will see that there's fucking size there. I still got size even after these years, even after not training for so long. And as I start this workout right now, what's going to happen is you're going to see that these legs are going to get better. These legs are going to get bigger. They're not just going to get better. They're going to get bigger and they're going to get more defined. Okay? Even the pump that I'm getting for not having trained for almost a year, it's incredible. You understand? So, again, let's not generalize because generalizations don't really tell you the true story. And you can see, look at these legs. This is not a joke. Believe me, imagine I have not trained my legs for over a year and I still maintained my size and I still maintain my cuts and definition. Now, the muscles you can see are just not as hard as they can be, but that's just a matter of nutrition and a matter of, you know, spending more time in the gym and packing in those nutrients where the muscle tissue is. This can be easily done. Within a week or so, I can get tighter and tighter and make these muscles look even more cartoonish, balloonish, if you will. Okay? And that's just a matter of carving up and eating some high quality protein, the right amount. So, listen. A good morning, wake up in the morning, have my coffee, then go to the gym. If not, do some art. As you know, I carve, right? You want your portrait done? I'm the man. Soon I'm going to be showcasing my work. Just be patient. And I have some exciting things coming up. Okay? Anyways, enjoy the leg workout. And yeah, subscribe.
So I'm not surprised to meet one here.
Understand? You feel me? That's right. Salute. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Let's get the show on the road. Oh yeah. Look at that, boy. We're gonna start this workout with what? One of my favorites, which is leg press. And by the way, let me make it clear that before I do any of this stuff, I always, every workout, I start off with a 20-minute cardio session. Okay? And I finish with another 20-minute session cardio. So by the time I'm done my workout, each and every workout, usually I have also done about 40 minutes to an hour of cardio. Anyways, I say this because that's very important. Why do I do that? Well, two reasons. One, to warm up the knees, get the viscosity getting in the joints, lubrication in the joints, so we don't hear the creaking and the cracking, you know. You hear that? We don't want to hear that. Okay? So, we want to avoid problems. But hey, look at that. Look at those legs. Look at those legs. I'll be going back and forth between the exercise and also showing you the muscle I'm working on. And in this case, we're working on the quads. But I want you to pay attention to look at all the cuts. Now, the lights will play tricks with you. Of course, the lighting is not good here, so you won't see the cuts as much. But you can still see the lines. Because, you know, I'm a beautiful dark-skinned man. Chocolate. You know, deep chocolate. Eh? By the way, I grow cocoa back home. I'm a cocoa farmer. So I'll be creating some chocolate soon. Anyways, back to the leg press. When I do the leg press, okay, I do variations. I'll do both legs and I'll do one leg at a time. Okay? But I will work my way up. Okay, the weight as well. Having predetermined that I'm not going to go too heavy or too light, whether I'm using one leg like as I'm doing right now. Okay, working on the left leg quad. Okay, a decent weight where I can do a good number of repetitions. Again, right now I'm not trying to build size, I'm just trying to shape the muscle, so I'm going for a lot of repetitions. Okay, 10, 15, 20, even 30 sometimes. Then I switch to the other leg, right, in this case. And you can see, look, the muscles firing on the quads here, right? It's gonna get, the definitions, the size is gonna get more extreme as time goes on. Again, this is the first time I'm doing my legs after a year, so considering not having done anything over a year, you can see during this leg press that the muscles are still there. Okay, so let nobody fool you that you can't build your legs and such and blah blah because of your age. It's nonsense. Okay, here we go. Anyways, look at that. Very important. Same rhythm. Okay, you push with the same rhythm, you return your leg with the same rhythm. Now, I like leg press because, for one thing, it protects your back. Okay, look at them quads. You see the thickness of that, right? And you can see the lines. Look at that. Okay, you look at the quads to the waist ratio and then the waist to the shoulder ratio. You can see I'm well proportioned. That's what it's all about. Okay, right? You need to know how to keep your body proportioned. Look at them quads and then look at the abs to go along with it. Okay, and we're not there yet. Okay, now it's up to me whether I want to get a lot more sharper or anything like that. The situation is I'm not competing right now. I'm just looking good for summer, so this could be good enough for the summer, but it all depends on how I feel. I could get a little bit more detailed. If I dropped another 5 pounds of water, how crazy I would look. Okay, so anyways, leg press. Okay, look at my rhythm. I push, same speed, bring it back, same speed. Okay, same speed. Rhythm, it's a rhythm. I'm keeping the tension on the quad at all times, and keeping that tension on the quads all the time would allow you, okay, to be able to contract and squeeze every muscle, such as I'm contracting right there when I'm flexing. Okay, right? You could see that when I'm contracting right there and I'm flexing. You can see the lines popping out. Okay, now being able to do one leg at a time also does another thing for you. What it does is it allows you to know which leg performs better than the other. In other words, which leg is stronger and which leg is not stronger. Okay, and being able to know that it will do you very good in the end, because listen, you should understand something. Just like your face, one side of your face is prettier than the other. Oh, you don't know that, right? Well, it's true, right? I learned that from George Michael. Wham! some of you are too young, man. You don't know nothing about that. But listen, the guy took his shots from the left side because he said his right side of face is ugly, so all his pictures are taken from the left. And when I took a closer look, it's true. He knew exactly what he was talking about. But anyways, your legs are also like that. Your arms are also like that. One leg is going to be stronger than another. The another leg is going to be weaker than the other, and so forth. When you know that, then you can always work on the weaker body part because now you know where your weakness is. It's good to know where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. A lot of people don't pay attention to these kind of things. Okay? Look, don't be one of these guys that are going into the gym and just, you're on cruise control. You're not paying attention. Everything is not done with intention and purpose. You're just there for the sake of saying, oh, I came to the gym today. You leave the gym feeling the same way you came into the gym. I've seen people come into the gym, no sweat, leave no sweat. Amazing how you do that. I couldn't. But you can see that. Look at me. Sweaty. Okay. I'm pushing it. I'm putting in the work. That's why 40 years. Okay. I'm nearly 60. And look at that. Not a single 25-year-old can stand next to me right now. Okay? Not even from when I was 15 to now. None of them. Nobody can stand next to me. I ain't lying. Right? So you see this gym right now, Crescent Town. I've been training in this gym for over 40 years. In fact, I have the original Crescent Town gym in my house. The dungeon is the original Crescent Town gym. And you see in some of my videos, okay, when I train in the gym, in the dungeon, right? Right? I've showed you some of that stuff, and I'll show you some more. All that old equipment. That's what's keeping this body in shape. So I've been banging the same weights that I was banging when I was 15 years old. Yeah, I've been working with these same weights ever since then. Of course, right? But anyways, look at that, right? So now the next exercise we're going to is what? From the leg press, okay? We're going to, what is this, folks? Okay? This is hamstring curls. Okay? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Good. Look at that. Okay, same rhythm. The rhythm is consistent. Same speed down, same speed up. Okay? This is a wonderful hamstring. Okay, workout. Okay? I am telling you, the leg curl is deadly. And you know what? You don't need to go heavy on this because you can't. When you're doing this exercise, your hamstrings, sorry, excuse me. I'm drinking coffee at the same time as I'm doing this. When you're doing your hamstrings, you have to understand your hamstrings, what you have there is a tendon, mostly tendon. It's not the same as the quads. The quads right now, you look at, that's a lot of muscle I'm swinging right there, right? I can't swing my hamstrings the same way I swing my quads because the hamstring is mostly a tendon, okay? So you have to be aware of that. That being a tendon, you have to train it carefully. A tendon, you have to train that carefully because if you snap that tendon, good luck. In the Second World War, or anyways, prisoners of war, usually what they do to keep them in one place is they cut their hamstrings, right? Once they snap, they cut your hamstring or your your hamstring, you're done. What are you going to do? Or your Achilles tendon, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? You're not going to be able to walk, right? So the tendon is a very, very, very delicate, okay, component of your legs, okay, all right, of your hamstrings, I should say. Your tendon in the hamstring is something that you have to be very careful of. You don't want to snap it, so you cannot go too heavy with that stuff, okay? Choose a weight that is decent, right? Again, you can see that, right? When I bend over like that, you can see the muscles popping out. Again, the lighting is not good over here, but again, that's why I show you different angles. And in this angle here, you will probably be able to see, right, that indeed the hamstrings are popping out, bulging out, right? Well, you can't see it over here right now, but in the next clip that I'm going to show you, the clip that I took At home, which is this one right here, you will see, right? Not only the quads looking supreme and superb, but when I turn around, you're going to see exactly, look at that, right? That's what you were not seeing in the gym because of the lighting, right? But this is exactly what it is that you were missing, right? That you can't see. Those are serious hamstring developments, and those are tendons. You don't want to snap any of those tendons. And you can't go too heavy with that because it's not a muscle, so you're not going to be able to lift as heavy as you would with a muscle. A tendon is not going to lift as much as a muscle. Okay? Anyways, this here would be the last exercise over here. This would be what? This is our leg extension. Leg extension. Now this hits the quads. I love to do this right after doing my legs. Sorry, right after riding the bike, 20 minutes of cardio. I love to do leg extensions because guess what? The quads already pumped. There's already blood engorged in the quads. They're feeling already tight, right? Viscosity in the knees, all right? So now what I do is when I do this exercise, man, I'm telling you, the pump just amplifies. As you can see, and you can see the quads just, separated. You see the lines? Do you see that? Right? And I'm telling you, this is serious stuff. You can build your legs at 60, you can build your legs at 50, you can build your legs at 40. Don't let nobody tell you these lies. This is the proof in the pudding. Look at that, okay? The hamstrings are popping. You don't want to snap that. You don't want to go too heavy, okay? Moderate weight will produce this result, okay? Again, in the gym here, you can't see the details, right? Right? But you saw the details in the other clip, okay? But here we go again. Now I told you I'll be going back and forth, showing you the exercise and then showing you the results of the exercise. Okay, I'm gonna be doing my video so you can get a clear perspective of what I'm doing here, or what we're trying to do here. Okay, now with the leg extension, same thing. Everything applies. Leg extension, leg curl. We're not going too heavy. We're not trying to build extra muscle here. We're trying to already refine and define what we built over the winter season, when we're all covered up and eating all kind of things to get big, or whatever the goals were. Now is the time to shed all of that fat, take off all of the unnecessary skin, and get tight for the summer, because hey, you want to showcase all your hard work, and your accomplishments. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I love you all. Anatomic Health and Fitness. Let's go. Hey, sponsored by Nos Vesties, clothing for the new world. Here we go. Yep, 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 yep. Yep. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.